Thanks for checking out this video. So let's talk about what is coming to Shudder for May. And I'll tell everyone off the bat, May is my birthday month. So I was really hoping there'd be some choice films showing up to Shudder for my birthday month. And I looked ahead and there are some I'm pretty excited about, which I will tell you which ones those are. But please feel free to make comments. Tell me about films that you're hearing that are coming for May that I should try to get to. I won't say that I definitely will be able to get to them, but I may try if enough people recommend certain films. Also, just know that any of the Shudder exclusive and or original films I will have no spoiler reviews for the week they come out. Usually they come out on a Thursday and I put my review out on that Monday. So you can come to my channel and find out if those are films you want to watch. Let's get into it. So they start with the Shudder exclusives and originals coming May 6th. The Twin. In The Twin, following the aftermath of a tragic accident that claimed the life of one of their twins, Rachel and husband Anthony relocate to the other side of the world with their surviving son in the hopes of building a new life. What begins as a time of healing in the quiet Scandinavian countryside soon takes an ominous turn when Rachel begins to unravel the torturous truth about her son and confronts the malicious forces attempting to take a hold of him. Okay. It's also going to be available in theaters and on demand on May 6th. So, sounds interesting-ish. That sounds like maybe not my subgenre, but I will be doing a no-spoiler review of it. The next one I am quite excited about because I read an article about this film in, Shudder, in Rue Morgue magazine a few months ago. I'm not big on zombie films, but this one sounds particularly interesting. The Sadness, which is coming May 12th. The city of Taipei suddenly erupts into bloody chaos as ordinary people are compulsively driven to enact the most cruel and ghastly things they can imagine. Murder, torture, and mutilation are only the beginning. A young couple is pushed to the limits of sanity as they try to reunite amid the violence and depravity. The age of civility and order is no more. I've heard that this is a very dark, very violent, gory film, and I've heard it's very good, so I'm excited for this one. Once again, I'll be reviewing that, no spoiler. Coming May 19th, The Found Footage Phenomenon. It's literally what it's called. Directed and produced by Sarah Appleton and Philip Escott, the documentary tracks the origins of the found footage technique and how it transformed with technological changes throughout the last few decades. The Found Footage Phenomenon features interviews with integral found footage directors whose films impacted the horror genre like no other subgenre has. Around the turn of the millennium, score by music legend Simon Boswell. Okay. It's a documentary. I'm not big into found footage, but it's a documentary. I love documentaries, especially horror-related documentaries, so I'm quite interested in that one. Then coming May 26th, A Banquet. Literally, A Banquet. Widowed mother Holly is radically tested when her teenage daughter, Betsy, experiences a profound enlightenment and insists that her body is no longer her own, but in service to a higher power. Bound to her newfound faith, Betsy refuses to eat but loses no weight. In an agonizing dilemma torn between love and fear, Holly is forced to confront the boundaries of her own beliefs. Interesting. It says who it stars, but I don't see any big names, so nobody that anyone would know. That one doesn't sound like my thing, but I will give it a fair shake, and we'll see. Curse Film Season 2 will be continuing. That started in April. I haven't started watching yet, but from what I read, they will be doing an episode on Cannibal Holocaust, which I know a lot of people will be very interested in that. So the finale for Curse Film Season 2 will be May 5th, just so people know. And also The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs will be in full swing at that point, and it's every Friday. I'm trying to see if there's... Nope, they don't have any extra information on that, really. So, let's get into the other stuff coming. And it is hitting with something I'm extremely excited about. It is Eli Roth's History of Horror Season 3. I love documentary stuff. That's basically what this is. I love deep dives into horror in very nerdy ways. That's what this is. So, I've seen Season 1. I've seen Season 2. I've been very excited for Season 3, so here we go. This season of Eli Roth's History of Horror continues to explore the fun and the fear of scary films, both timeless classics and wildly frightening films that flew under the radar, tackling the topics of sequels, infections, psychics, apocalyptic horror, holiday horror, and mad scientists. Some of the people you'll end up hearing from: Kate Blanchett, Margaret Cho, Jeffrey Combs, Jamie Lee Curtis, Gina Davis, Lex Scott Davis, Robert Englund, Vanessa Hudgens, Elliot Knight, David Koechner, Christopher Landon, Meatloaf, R.I.P. Meatloaf, Greg Nicotero, Jonah Ray, Giovanni Ribisi, Jessica Roth, Madeline Stowe, Quentin Tarantino, Jennifer Tilly, Edgar Wright, Rob Zombie, and many others. So if that doesn't get you excited for it, I don't know what will. I'm excited. So that's May 1st. The next 4 films are also coming May 1st. Broadcast Signal Intrusion. In the late 1990s, a video archivist unearths a series of sinister pirate broadcasts and becomes obsessed with uncovering the conspiracy behind them. Sounds kind of interesting. Oh, and just to let everyone know, in the version that they sent me, it does not say where it's being released, so it doesn't delineate like US only, Canada only, New Zealand only, whatever. So I'm assuming everyone who gets Shudder is getting these. That's just my assumption. Goodnight Mommy. Twin boys who do everything together, from collecting beetles to feeding stray cats, welcome their mother home after her reconstructive surgery. But with her face wrapped in bandages and her demeanor distant, they grow suspicious of her identity. I've heard good things about that film, and I would like to check that one out. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Like I said, I've only seen the original, and I saw the most recent one. I need to dive into these, so maybe this is my time to do this. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, I'm not going to read the stuff for that because that's a well-known film. Leatherface, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, not going to read that one as well because people are very well aware of these films. So that's it for the ones coming on the 1st. Now, coming on May 2nd, I know this is kind of a divisive film. Some people really hate this. Some people really like it. I enjoyed it. The Babadook. A single mother plagued by the violent death of her husband battles with her son's fear of a monster lurking in the house, but soon discovers a sinister presence all around her. I might need to rewatch that and do an actual review of it, because it is heavy on the subtext and thematic stuff. So, and then the other film coming May 2nd, The Midnight Swim. When Dr. Amelia Brooks's 3 daughters travel home to settle her affairs after she disappears in Spirit Lake, they find themselves drawn to the mysterious body of water. That's it. Mysterious indeed. We'll see. Not big into that, from the way it sounds. Coming May 9th, the next 3 films are coming May 9th. Popcorn, which this one's been on my to-see list, so I'm going to make sure I take advantage of it being on Shudder. I'm excited for this one. A master of disguise deranged killer begins killing off the college students who are organizing a horror movie marathon in an abandoned theater. Taking place in a theater, slasher, I'm in. The Stylist. I've heard good things about this one. Gonna check it out. A lonely hairstylist becomes obsessed with the lives of her clients and descends into murderous madness. That's all it says, but it's enough for me. A Ghost Waits. A man's job requires him to clean a house, which turns out to be haunted. In the course of trying to exorcise the ghost, he falls in love with her. There's an interesting concept. Okay, I'm intrigued. Okay, so the next one film is being re-added on May 16th. It's already been on Shudder before. Brain Damage. If you have not seen Brain Damage already, I highly recommend it. I love this film. It's wonderful. Probably Frank Henenlotter's best film, although all his stuff's very good. A young man discovers a disgusting parasite has attached itself to his brainstem. He becomes addicted to the psychedelic euphoria it produces, but in return, he must feed it human victims. Definitely check it out. The next 2 are coming May 23rd. Tetsuo, the Iron Man. A businessman accidentally kills the metal fetishist, who gets his revenge by slowly turning the man into a grotesque hybrid of flesh and rusty metal. I have yet to see this one. I actually own this and haven't watched it yet. It's in my collection over here. Actually, it's like off camera in my collection. It goes further than you can see right here, but I will need to make sure I finally watch it and probably do a review. Then they're also adding the same day Tetsuo the Body Hammer, which is the sequel. When metal-worshipping fanatics abduct his son, a father unleashes his dormant, destructive power as his naked rage transforms the once feeble flesh into a grisly symbiosis of metal and tissue. So if I check out the first one, I'll probably do the second one. The next one film is coming May 24th. The Prowler. I know a lot of people will probably be excited about this. Yes, kills by Tom Savini. A lot of people talk about the kills in The Prowler. They are good. An unknown killer clad in World War II U.S. Army fatigues stalks a small New Jersey town bent on reliving a 35-year-old double murder by focusing on a group of college kids holding an annual graduation dance. I'm not huge on The Prowler. Yes, the kills are good, but overall, I think it's very slow paced and it's kind of boring and the story's weird. But I know a lot of people like it, so hey, Prowler's going to be on there. And the next two movies are coming on May 30th. The Unseen. A television reporter and her two friends head to Solvang, California to cover a Danish festival. When there is a mix-up at the hotel and they are left without hotel rooms, the girls accept the invitation of a friendly museum owner to board at his large farmhouse because the rest of the motels in and around the area are sold out. But unknown to the women, something is living in the basement of the house. Their stay soon becomes a horrific nightmare when, one by one, they encounter the unseen. That seems cool. I like that tagline, or that synopsis right there. I might check it out. Let me know if you recommend. And then the other one coming May 30th, I love this, and actually it's in my stack of movies up here to get to rewatching and reviewing, so it'll happen at some point. Demon Wind. So bad it's good. The strange and brutal deaths of Corey's grandparents has haunted him for years. Determined to discover the truth, he has returned to the desolate region where they lived, along with a group of friends, to try and uncover the mystery. Ignoring warnings from the locals that the area is cursed, Corey and his friends soon realize that the legend is true, as the demon wind possesses and destroys them one by one, turning them into monsters from hell. Not the best write-up on that, but if you haven't seen Demon Wind, it is so bad it's good. It is nuts. It is wacky. It's a fun time. And the final film coming on the final day of May, the 31st, Colobos. Cameras record the violent deaths of several unsuspecting actors on the terrifying set of an experimental film. Pretty vague, but sounds like a kind of interesting premise. So once again, go ahead and let me know in the comments, are there any particular films coming in May that you highly recommend? If enough people recommend them, I will try to get around to reviewing them. And how are you feeling about May in general? Keep in mind that they did release a lot of big stuff in April, so I was expecting that they would be cutting back for May. So I am still happy to see that they have some really good-looking stuff there. But anyway, another reminder, all the Shudder exclusives and originals I have no spoiler reviews for on my channel each week, so check it out. But do me a quick favor, hit subscribe if you haven't for my channel already. That way you are repaying me for this video or any video you've ever watched. I really do appreciate it. It keeps me motivated legitimately, and it's something you can do very quickly. It costs you nothing. It is quick, it is painless, so I appreciate that. Also hit the notification bell button, because then you'll know when I'm putting up new videos, which I'm doing 4 a week at this point, which I think is a good amount. But regardless, thank you very much for taking your time to watch this video, and until next time, keep it brutal.